Okay, so the next item that I'm going to unbox um, is the new Galaxy Book 6 Ultra. But before that, I wanted to show off my other laptop. I've had this for, well, I guess close to 5 years now. This is the Book 2, Galaxy Book 2 Pro 360. So the 360 has a 360 hinge, goes all the way around, and you can use it as a tablet, and it'll be you can see it in portrait or landscape mode. It's a good laptop. It had its quirks though. Bring it back around here. I did not like the touchpad. Let me bring this back down here so my face is kind of in the picture here. I did not like the touchpad. Too sensitive for me. I could be typing something and my cursor's all over the place. Inadvertent clicks. Just did not like it. The other thing was, unless you went to, I'm trying to think in the year model that this came out, if there was an ultra or a higher end. There may have been a higher end laptop. I'm sure that there was. The problem was, I guess, at that time was the cost of it. So I chose this. I also chose this, of course, because of the color. That burgundy is still nice. Beautiful laptop. Could not get around. It only has 16 gigs of RAM. Yeah, I bought it. I hate the fact that most of these manufacturers are creating laptops that you can't add anything to. It's really a shame unless you get a very high-end laptop, maybe a gaming laptop. And I didn't want a gaming laptop. They're heavier. They're not as portable. So, and this one is, I wish I had a scale to put this on because this is really solid. It's definitely heavy. And this is nowhere near a gaming laptop, but it did the job. I used it for work. I used it for, play a few minor games. I'm not a big gamer, so I did use it for those reasons. Some video editing, music, things of that nature. Good laptop, not great, but a good laptop. Still functions, still worth it. The other issue is this had I believe it was is it Lunar Lake? I can't remember the series of processor, but it's an Intel 12th generation. I believe it's the 12th generation i7. And the issue I have is what I normally do with any computer that I have is I like to play around with Linux. So normally I won't use a VM. I will dual boot Linux and Windows. I have never seen this. I've done dual boot a number of times with desktops and laptops. I have never seen the issue I had with this one. There's something in this series of chip that would not sync. Now, sync is not the right word. It wouldn't allow the speakers to play, the internal speakers to play in Linux. I could hook up I could hook up headphones because this does have over here, I think. Yeah, has a headphone jack. I could hook up headphones. I could Bluetooth headphones, but it would not play from the internal speakers. And sometimes I didn't want to have a pair of headphones on my head or a pair of earbuds or anything else. I wanted the music or sound or whatever it was to come through from the speakers. Could never get it to work. Tried, went to different forums, different fixes or supposedly fixes for it, would not work. So, downsides for the laptop is the trackpad too sensitive. Could not get it right. Palm rejection, all that, just horrible for me. The dual boot situation with Linux with no speakers. Now the Linux distribution, I normally use Ubuntu. That worked fine. I could do everything that I wanted to do with the Linux distribution, except for play sound from the internal speakers. It even shows when I went in. It even shows that the output of the speakers was working the way it's supposed to, but it just would not play. So and the RAM. The reason I like to have at least 32 gigabytes of RAM is sometimes I'll run simple IT type labs where I might have a couple of servers, maybe a couple of Windows machines, and I will use one server as an Active Directory. Another server might be a file server or a DHCP server. And I know that technically you can do all of those things with one server. But in the lab that I was doing, it was, I think, 3 different servers. A file server, I believe a DHCP server, and then your domain controller. So it just would not really run well because you're using VM. So each VM has to have a certain amount of memory. It only has 16 gigs. So Windows itself takes up, if Windows is taking up on the low end 6 to almost 8 gigs, then trying to run multiple VMs just wouldn't work. So I'm hoping that I can alleviate that issue with the new laptop. The one thing that I really did like about this laptop is that it did have 3 USB-C ports. Now, it has 3 USB-C ports. I don't believe all of them are USB-C 4 ports. I believe maybe one of them is, and I think the other 2 are a little slower. But that it has 3 was always an advantage, I thought, with this one. Because you could hook up something on this side, or you could charge from this side, and you could do something else with the other 2 on the other side of the computer. And this is and for some strange reason, this has become a dinosaur. And again, this laptop is only about 5 years old, even though we're up to the Galaxy Book 6, and this is the Book 2, which would make it seem like more like 4. But I believe that I've had this for 5 years, and I bought this brand new when it came out, and I want to say it was in 2001. Now, it may have been late 2001, so this may be, or maybe it was early 2002. I have to really look that up. But I thought it was 2001 because I had just started a new job and I bought it not long after I started that job. So, and I didn't think it was this time 5 years ago, 4 years ago that I bought it, but maybe it was. But like I said, it's been a good laptop. I don't have a problem with that. With the laptop and doing what it's supposed to do for the most part works. It's not, I guess, business oriented. It's not creative oriented. Um, so for me, it had some shortcomings. Um, but again, it does work. Still works very well. Samsung did not offer any type of trade in for this one. I think last year with the Galaxy Book 5, they did offer a small amount. I'm talking about this laptop. I probably spent, God, I can't remember, somewhere between 1,000 and 1,300. I can't remember exactly, but let's say 1,300. It may have been a little more, maybe a little less. I can't remember. And I think that they were offering 150 for it, you know. And if they had offered a little bit uh, for this one, for the, in the uh, Galaxy Book 6, what I'm trying to say, when they opened up the ordering for the Galaxy Book 6, if they had offered something for this laptop, I probably would have done it because, in one sense, I really don't need this one and the other one. I'll probably run some more physical labs with this one and the new one. But again, great laptop, and I know I've talked now for the last 5 or 6 minutes. I haven't even opened up the box for the new one yet, but I did want to discuss this one because I did like this laptop. I love this color, and I wish Samsung had kept something like this. Gray is nice. It's more business like, more professional looking, but sometimes that gets a little boring. This was kind of unique in color. So let's go ahead and I'm 13 minutes in. Didn't realize that. So anyone who's watching this video, you can skip the first 13 minutes or so and so we can get to the unboxing. I also jotted down some notes that I'm going to read over. So this is the Galaxy Book 6 Ultra. Now I could have got the Pro. Why did I choose the Ultra over the Pro? Well, with the discounts that I was offered, the difference in price for the Pro to the Ultra was less than $200. Didn't make sense to me. Now there's two models of the Ultra. The one with the NVIDIA dedicated graphics card, and the one with the integrated graphics card. I got the one with the integrated because I don't do a lot of gaming or intense gaming, and the Intel Arc B390 that's in here. I have seen videos and people are playing top games on laptops with that integrated graphics. So you can pretty much do whatever it is that you need to do, I think, with this laptop. So again, this is the Galaxy Book 6 Ultra. It's got 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte of storage. It's got the Intel Ultra X7 385H with 16 cores, 16 threads. I think the maximum speed is 4.8 gigahertz. It has the Intel Arc B390 integrated GPU. This is comparable to a 60 watt NVIDIA RTX 4050, which is part of one of the last generations of the NVIDIA chips, because now they're in the 5060, which I believe is the Ultra. You can get with a NVIDIA, I think RTX 5060, I believe. So this is the speed and the graphics of this integrated is close to maybe the last generation of NVIDIA dedicated. It's rated at 50 tops for the neural processor for AI performance. It's got 6 speakers, Dolby Atmos, 2 megapixel camera. That's probably one of the areas where I wish Samsung had went a little bit better in. Give us a better laptop camera, one with the IR, so we can do Windows Hello. That would have been, I think, perfect, especially at this price. It's not a cheap laptop. Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.4, HDMI 2.1, 2 Thunderbolt ports, 1 USB 3.2. This one has the SD card slot, and headphone jack, backlit keyboard, haptic touchpad, fingerprints reader. I'll get into the weight here in a minute, and we'll talk about the display here in a minute. Let me go ahead and open it up. Oh, that. And of course I blinded everybody. Not blinded, but blocked everything. And what we have over here. So this is our power brick. I believe this is a 100 watt power brick that they give you with it. Now here's the other thing on why to possibly choose the Ultra, even if it's the one with the integrated graphics, over the Pro. I saw an unboxing. They don't even give you this in the Pro. They don't give you any power brick in the Pro. It says super fast charging. I'm trying to see if I can see in here. 120 volts output. With my old eyes, it's kind of hard to see. But I believe this is a 100 watt charger. Got some heft to it, but not like the big old bricks that normally come with laptops. So a little bit more portable. I don't think there's anything else over here. I think that's just the way the box is made. Yeah, yep, just the way the box is made. So here is the laptop. Let's get this cardboard box out of the way. Okay, Galaxy Book 6 Ultra, Intel inside, Samsung branding, nice white box with the laptop like in a little black silhouette. Yeah. So let's open this up. Got little pull tabs here. And one down here. Here we have our laptop. And I don't believe there's anything else but your usual paperwork. Yeah, there's your USB to USB-C, 5 amp cable, and a little bit of paperwork that comes with it. And that is it for that. Let's put this to the side. Box to the side here. And let's go ahead and open up the laptop. See what we got here. Be gentle. And it'll just come out like a sleeve. Yes. Oh, that is pretty. This, they've really been talking about how this series of laptop kind of mimics the MacBook, and this is pretty close to space gray. Probably not exact, but it's pretty close. The Samsung logo is in the middle of the lid. And I'll pull out my other one again so you see the difference. See the Samsung logo was more on the side. This is a 16-inch that I just received. And the one I had, I believe, is a 14 or 15. I can't remember now what it, maybe a 15. I don't know. But you can see the difference in size. Can I tell the difference in weight? Yes, the Ultra does weigh more. It's rated at, I believe, roughly 4 pounds. This one is probably 3.5, 3.8. So it's a little bit heavier. Maybe this one, maybe I should mention this. Maybe this is closer to 3 pounds than 4, but this is hefty, and I can tell there's a difference in weight. Both of them, beautiful finishes. Of course, with this aluminum, it's going to be a fingerprint magnet regardless. So let's go ahead and open it up. I believe this should be able to do the one-handed open, and it does. Beautiful screen. I'll turn it around here. Oh my goodness, this trackpad is huge. So let's turn it around so you can kind of see. Screen goes back pretty far, so the viewing angle is really good. So this is the Galaxy Book 6 Ultra with the integrated GPU. On this side, you have the USB-A 3.2, you have the headphone jack, and you have the SD card slot. On the other side, you have the HDMI 2.1, and you have two Thunderbolt 4 ports. So you really shouldn't have any issues with hooking anything up to it. What really would have been nice is a dedicated power port. And, it's kind of like, not that they need to mimic Apple anymore, but where if you had a dedicated power adapter and then left these two Thunderbolt 4 ports by themselves to where you hook up everything, you don't have to worry about power. Now, again, with the way that they do docking stations, things of that nature, I don't know if that really matters. People talk about it. I'm not sure how much that matters. You get a really good docking station. You hook it up. You've got extra you can have extra at least replace that one Thunderbolt port that you're losing by hooking it up. You've got maybe Ethernet and maybe an SD card, more USB ports, USB-A ports. So what you lose, you kind of get back. Now the other part of that is okay. Now I got to buy a docking station too. Well, pays to play. So I think you're supposed to actually charge it before you turn it on. Let's see if it'll turn on anyway, and so you can get a look at the screen. See if it'll turn on. It may not have enough power, or it may have to, kind of like activate the battery. And yeah, it's not cutting on. So obviously, either the battery is totally down, or it requires you to activate the battery by charging. So I will, I guess, do another video on turning on the laptop and letting you guys see what it looks like once it's turned on. Okay, I'll go ahead and end this very long video now, and we will see you next time. Thank you.